Guys who lost a significant amount of weight, 50 pounds. How did you do it? I lost 65 pounds. I fast walk 3 miles every day, about 40 minutes. I eat fish and chicken breast only, no red meat, rice and pasta, and lots of veggies and all the fruit I want. I cook almost all of my meals myself. I cut out alcohol completely, no beer or wine, but I love beer, so I drink 1 non-alcohol beer a day. Also, no sodas or soft drinks. I started in 1988. I'm 6 feet tall and my weight has been stable at 190 for years. I'm 77 years old, and other than a few aches and pains in the morning, I feel a hell of a lot better than when I was 40, drinking every day, and 265 pounds. I lost 90 pounds over the course of 12 months. Start walking a bit every day and count your calories. Try to restrict high-calorie density foods like fat-heavy stuff, cooking oils, and focus on sufficient protein with slower carbs as filler. Don't restrict too hard and find something that works for you. Don't expect to lose 50 pounds in a couple months. Don't completely stop eating socially, like birthday cake and dinners with friends and family. Focus on the average, and don't worry if you stagnate for a bit or gain back some during holidays. And again, to reiterate, it's all about the average. With easy 4 steps. 1. Get a stressful job. 2. Get into a toxic relationship with someone that's emotionally abusive. 3. Get a device that will distract you from life but that also helps you to move a little, like a VR or game set. 4. Get a soft habit of consuming chemical, not so hard drugs like cocaine, that will help you to have better results at your stressful job and get into fights with the toxic partner. All that while is a hard to maintain habits for most people, so you will have to choose between food or drugs from time to time, helping you to fast and exercise in the process. Trail running and calorie counting. Trail running is my absolute favorite because it tends to burn a lot more calories than road running, and it's way more interesting, which lessens the mental difficulty of running. I lost a lot a decade ago and have since put it back on after some surgeries and having kids, a full-time job, etc. But I literally just started up again a week ago and I'm already getting addicted to trail running like I was years before. It's an exciting feeling. My biggest vice right now is soda. That's going to be the hardest thing, I think. A very boring, repetitive diet with minimal calories and regular snacks, combined with regularly going to the gym. Once a year or so, I'd need to kick it down another notch for a little while just to get into the next 10 pounds bracket. Then I moved, was no longer able to make this behavior part of my everyday work-life routine, and it's slowly come back. I'm really not sure I have the motivation to attempt this sort of routine again, since it pretty much depended on a certain workday routine that I haven't really had in a long time now. I think there are a lot of good answers already. But what helped me a lot is having the right mentality. I said to myself, I've done nothing with this body for 25 years, so it will take me 25 years to get it to where I want it. 2 things. 1. This helps me to still move forward when the results start slowing down. The weight loss at the beginning is massive, but then it suddenly drops. 2. This also helps by not seeking quick, harsh diets that strain your body. And instead I just completely changed how I eat food and exercise. Downloaded MyFitnessPal, started using my Apple Watch, and thought about hitting my calorie exercise goal as a game. I've gotta hit this number or I lose a game for the day. Once you get a good streak of hitting those numbers for a week or so, you will want to always hit those numbers. Oh, and don't compare your weight loss to anyone else's, that'll do more harm than good. Oh, and definitely give up alcohol until you reach your goal weight. The 3-4 months where I gave up alcohol is when I saw the most results. Ate better and moved more. My 60 pounds was spread over a few years, but I lost the biggest chunk of it, 25 pounds in a summer, when I started walking everywhere plus doing a couple HIIT sessions a week. My HIIT workouts consisted of me going for really long walks, and about 5 times during the walk I'd sprint as fast as I could for about 30 seconds. I'm not gonna say whether that's strictly better or worse than longer distance jogging or other types of cardio, but it worked for me at the time. 500 calorie deficit daily, eating almost exclusively pizza. I call it the pizza diet. The original point was to show my coworkers that all their fad diets were dumb and you could just be at a deficit to lose weight. Now I sort of love it and have been going strong. That being said, don't do a diet to make a point. Suddenly, their original claim that it wouldn't work has changed, so it's healthier to be fat than to eat pizza all the time, which I personally also disagree with. Divorce. Down 87 pounds. I gained almost 150 pounds throughout our relationship. I tried many times to lose weight and he was very unsupportive and would bring home my favorite junk food, fast food, takeout etc. frequently when I was actively trying to lose weight. I lost 80 pounds in the first 6 months by changing diet and working out, stalled for a little bit, decided to try Mounjaro because I do have insulin resistance, have lost another 7 pounds the last 2 months. Stop eating before bed, intermittent fasting, working out of whichever form, cutting out foods, believing in yourself. No, you don't have to start all things at the same time, focus on one thing and maintain it for 4 weeks, then add when you are curious and excited or want to. It will all build together ever so nicely. It won't happen overnight, over a month, but I promise you will feel it in a week, see it in 3 months, enjoy the process. Lost 140. It started with education and calorie tracking. I had to learn what calories were in foods. Then set a daily calorie goal. Added walking, which then started to include jogging. Had to stop jogging due to knee issues, so I switched to cycling. Started strength training after I dropped the weight. The big takeaway is that it was a lifestyle change. 6 years later I am still tracking calories and exercising. Stop drinking alcohol more than once a month. Your body holds a lot of water weight and loses weight differently when drinking. Stopped sugar intake completely. 8 simple meals, 1 meat steak, pork or chicken, 1 side noodles, potatoes and 1 vegetable microwavable vegetable pack, also light working out but enough to have some muscle once all the fat burns off. Took about 8 months for me for 40 pounds. Count your calories. Count them accurately. Most people who fail at counting calories and say it doesn't work are miscounting. They forget to count a snack or a drink they had. Count your calories down to the butter you used to grease the pan. Start weight training if you want to keep the weight off. Building muscle lets you burn more calories throughout the day, meaning you can eat more without gaining weight. Phentermine. I went on it about 12 years ago and my appetite plummeted. Coupled with the energy boost, I managed to exercise more and the weight melted off quickly at first. I think I lost 60 pounds in 3 months. It slowed after that, but the rush of finally having success with weight loss kept me going. I've managed to keep the weight off for 13 years now and weigh less than I did in high school. Dieting is simple physics. Calories in, calories out, weight loss. Every single diet, at its core, is just that. Nothing else works. You can reduce calories in by consuming less. You can increase calories out by moving more. But that's it. That's the great secret to any and all weight loss. Any and all miracle diets are just a way of achieving caloric deficit. I lost 100 pounds in 7 months. 1,200 calories a day of lean protein, veggies and fruits. No sugar or fried foods. Worked out 5-6 days a week. Alternating strength training days with cardio days. Lost the weight quickly, but it did have some negative side effects. Hair loss. I thinned out quite a bit. Not bald or anything. Just thinning. Eyesight suffered. Put the fork down. Move about. I got a Fitbit for my birthday. Basically I walk about 8 miles a day and work. No breakfast, no lunch, just eat in the evening. Not saying it's healthy, just how I went from 16.5 stone to 11, lost 70 pounds in about 4 months. I put the weight on in about the same time. Self-harming with McDonald's food. There was a guy on Joe Rogan, I only listen when he had non-political polarizing guests, that said cortisol from stress keeps us from burning fat. I live where there's a lot of Mexican restaurants, so I cut out tortillas, white bread, and sugary sodas. I went from 260 to 200 in 3 months. I also walk a lot for my job. USPS. I'm a lady, but I lost 65 pounds by cutting out artificial colors, artificial flavors, anything processed, so no pop, no fast food, cooking fresh, incorporating more vegetables, drinking lots of water. I have a 32 ounces Hydro Flask and fill it with ice in the morning and fill it up throughout the day about 4 or 5 times. Get physical regularly and eat more protein and if necessary counting calories for a bit. Source: I am a trainer and Jack 32 BMI, so technically also obese. Edit: since I saw someone saying exercise isn't important, I guarantee that it is more important than counting calories for the average obese person. Tracking food, setting physical goals, marathon, Tough Mudder etc. The hard part is maintaining after all of the "you look great" comments stop and the general satisfaction of seeing progress on a scale. I would say for long-term success, toss the scale and make sure to lift weights in your routine. A boring way. More calories burned than calories ingested. Essentially. Stopped drinking alcohol, which meant less calories, and I also didn't get evening cravings for food. Tracked what I was eating using a calorie app. Started walking and then doing CrossFit. Calories burned. If 72 hours of fasting every week and lost 55 pounds in 6 months. 245 to 195 for now, plus walking and bike riding. X200B. Edit: I also drank ginger tea for the first few months while fasting. Like, shredding a ginger root and steeping that. Great appetite suppression. I've lost 50 pounds 3 different times in my life, and I'm in the process of doing it again. Regardless of what anyone tells you, there is one and only one way to do it: burn more calories than you consume. That means carefully counting calories and not lying to yourself. Eating only meat and eggs. You don't have to count calories and can basically eat as much as you want. You will also notice numerous other benefits like not having any infections anymore, not getting sick. Biggest upside has been unlimited energy and focus. Did a shit ton of cardio, 2-3 hours for an entire week. This was during COVID, and cut down carbs and oily stuff in general. Went from 92 kilograms 203 pounds 92 kilograms to 154 pounds 70 kilograms in about a year. Currently back at about 176 pounds 80 kilograms as I've started working out. I lost 30 pounds in about a month recently just due to stress. Would not recommend. What I would recommend is really paying attention to everything you put in your body and at what time. You can completely change your body composition if you do this. Quit drinking alcohol and soda. I really only drink water with lemon. Eating out, only cook my own food, a lot of chicken, vegetables, nothing fried. And hit the gym multiple times a week. Went from around 250 down to 174 now.